What happens when the people paid to flip tables realize that flipping the network actually pays better?
Right. I mean, that is the ultimate question right now.
Exactly. Like, if you're sitting at home wondering why your favorite unscripted shows feel so, I don't know, different lately, this is your answer.
Yeah, the vibe has definitely shifted.
Because today, the most cutthroat reality TV survival game isn't happening on screen. It's happening in, breach of contract lawsuits, independent podcast studios, and secret Caribbean mansions.
Oh, 100%. Reality stars, they used to function entirely like employees just collecting a weekly paycheck from Bravo or MTV.
Right.
But now, they are operating way more like venture capitalists.
Wow, yeah.
They use the traditional television network as like an incubator to launch their personal brands. And once that brand is actually profitable, they take it public on their own platforms.
Completely bypassing the producers who discovered them in the first place.
Exactly. They don't need the network anymore.
Which brings us to today. Welcome to today's Deep Dive. We've got a massive stack of insider sources, exclusive leaks, and reality TV dispatches from today, Sunday, March 22nd, 2026.
And there's so much to get into.
Oh, there really is. Okay, let's unpack this because we are looking at an industry in absolute rebellion.
Total rebellion.
We are talking about $11 million defamation lawsuits over bad editing, cast mutinies driven entirely by, gummy vitamin sponsorships.
Which is just wild to think about.
And streaming giants actively poaching cable's biggest talent.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the tension bleeding through all of our sources today is this massive collision.
Yeah.
You have production companies desperate for cheap, juicy television on one side, right? And on the other side, you have these stars who have finally realized their real-world wallets are far more valuable than their on-screen storylines.
Yeah, that's such a good point. So let's start with, I think, the clearest example of this clash between on-screen plots and off-screen bank accounts.
Over in Beverly Hills.
Yes. Over on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The newest battleground isn't about, who said what at a charity dinner.
Right.
It's about Amanda Francis and her highly lucrative money manifestation business.
Right. She's pushing courses. She has that subtly titled book.
Oh, rich as fuck.
Yeah, rich as fuck. And her co-stars are now openly questioning the actual mechanics of her empire.
Right, which led to that whole thing with Boz St. John.
Oh my gosh. Boz went on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show and just delivered this clinical, brutal critique of Amanda's entire business model.
She really does not hold back.
Not at all. And remember, Boz has a massive, legitimate corporate background.
Right. She's a serious executive.
Exactly. So she pointed out that teaching people to have a good relationship with money through these feel-good tactics is fine. But she essentially accused Amanda of running a scheme.
Wait, it's scheme?
Yeah, where she teaches people how to get money simply by taking their money. Boz flat out stated Amanda needs a rebranding, and then she dropped the nuclear option. She accused her of running a cult.
A cult. I mean, I have to push back a little here, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Isn't the entire Housewives franchise built on questionable smoke and mirrors wealth? Why is Boz drawing such a hard line with Amanda when half of Beverly Hills is leveraged to the hilt anyway?
Well, because there's a fundamental difference between a housewife, say, renting a Bentley to look rich on TV.
Right, just for the optics.
Exactly. The difference between that and a housewife using the TV platform to actively sell a mathematical wealth generation formula to the actual viewers.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, Boz's corporate radar goes off because Amanda isn't just faking it. She's monetizing the illusion directly from the audience.
Which makes Amanda's defense so utterly fascinating to watch.
Oh, her PR strategy is incredible.
Right. She went to the press and claimed she was, quote, dumbfounded, shocked, bewildered by the cult label. And her whole defense strategy is to just highlight the cold, transactional nature of business.
Yeah, she argues that people simply go to a sales page, they buy a course, and her team doesn't even email them to push the next product.
Right. She's essentially arguing, I don't control these people, I just bill them.
Which is a bold stance.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where Dort Kemsley steps into the fray with, honestly, a surprisingly astute observation.
You're really making sense.
I know, right? Dort told Amanda that if she wants to be perceived as a real businesswoman, she has to actually handle the criticism.
Yeah.
Dort basically noted that by joining a reality show, Amanda entered a completely different stratosphere.
Totally. You cannot put a neon sign on your forehead advertising your wealth courses and then act paralyzed when your coworkers ask to see the receipts.
Exactly. You invited the cameras into your business.
But wait, selling a manifestation course to your followers is one type of hustle. Using your established platform to hold a mega franchise hostage is a completely different level of leverage.
Oh, you're talking about selling Sunset.
Yes, we are seeing this exact power play unfold right now with Selling Sunset.
The season 10 standoff.
The Sandogs, I mean, let's just spill this right now. We have a massive negotiation freeze between Christine Quinn and Netflix producers.
Which is huge news.
For anyone who needs a quick refresher, Christine left the show before season 6 amid those really explosive allegations that she bribed a client.
Which she completely denied, of course.
Right, she denied it, blamed the producers at it, and then post-divorce, she moved to Dallas full-time.
And now Netflix wants her back.
Which creates a fascinating logistical nightmare, right? Because the show is fundamentally about Los Angeles luxury real estate.
Exactly. You cannot have your primary villain phoning it in from Texas.
So producers tell Christine they need her in LA for 5 to 6 months to film season 10. And Christine's response?
She says she'll do it.
Yeah, she's entirely willing to do it, but only if Netflix foots the bill for her luxury travel and high-end living arrangements for half the year.
Oh.
The entire production is stalled over who is pulling out their corporate credit card for her housing.
That is wild.
Right. Meanwhile, castmate Bertisi confirms she is returning, noting there is a massive, quote, change of guards happening behind the scenes.
And you really have to notice the mechanism of power here.
What do you mean?
Well, Christine is applying that exact venture capitalist model we talked about earlier.
Oh, right.
She used Netflix as the incubator to build her global profile. Now she's betting that Netflix actually needs her to make season 10 relevant more than she needs their episodic fee to survive.
Ah, so she's holding the cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She is testing the absolute limits of her value to the platform.
I see the strategy, I really do. But let's look at the dark side of that leverage. Contract holdouts over luxury travel, I mean, that's standard Hollywood dispute stuff.
Sure.
But what happens when the tension isn't about airplane tickets, but about actual, real-world legal survival?
It gets really messy.
Because when a star's off-screen business is threatened by the network's edit, production doesn't just stall. It completely shuts down.
And this is exactly what paralyzed the Real Housewives of Miami.
Yeah, the show isn't just, like, on pause. Our sources are heavily hinting at an incredibly long hiatus, or even a quiet cancellation.
And the entire deep freeze stems from Todd Napola's lawsuit.
Right, the $11 million defamation lawsuit against Bravo and NBC Universal.
This lawsuit basically exposed the exact mechanics of how reality TV is manufactured.
It really did.
Todd filed this suit claiming the network utilized behind-the-scenes extortion tactics.
Wait, extortion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His core argument was that he never bounced a single check, never missed a payment, yet the production team actively spliced footage and manipulated storylines to make his business appear broke and struggling.
Just for the drama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They manufactured financial ruin because it made for a juicier narrative.
Wait, I have to stop you there, though. Don't these reality stars and their spouses sign these ironclad, phone book-sized contracts?
They do, yeah.
Basically waiving their right to sue over a bad edit. How does an $11 million lawsuit even get off the ground?
So they do sign extensive waivers regarding their portrayal. However, Todd's legal angle was defamation with actual damages to his real-world business credit.
Oh, business credit.
Right. When a network's creative editing starts causing a real estate developer's lenders to pull funding because they saw him looking bankrupt on cable television, well, that crosses from just a bad edit into tangible corporate liability.
Oh, wow. That makes perfect sense. And, Todd did end up dropping the lawsuit recently.
He did, but the damage behind the scenes is fully done.
Completely. The network executives are paralyzed. I mean, think about the logistics of trying to film his wife, Alexia, right now.
It's impossible.
You cannot have cameras following a woman whose husband just dragged your parent company into federal court for millions of dollars.
No, the trust is gone.
The insider sources note there are, quote, not the warmest sentiments left in the executive suites. And without Todd's drama, Alexia's storyline is allegedly completely dead.
It creates a massive vacuum. The legal reality has entirely suffocated the creative process.
And you know who suffers? The fans.
Yeah, they do.
Weeks after the reunion, you still have people quoting Adriana's iconic Haitian mortician line, begging for the cameras to go back up.
That line was incredible.
It was. And our sources even have insiders accusing the production companies of fundamentally misunderstanding Miami's culture. They claim the casting department just relies on a, quote, microcosm of weirdos instead of finding genuine connected socialites.
Which is such a valid critique of modern casting. But listen, if you think an $11 million defamation suit over business credit is a headache, the situation at Hulu demonstrates what happens when the liability shifts from financial to physical.
Oh, man. The situation over at Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
It is dark.
Season 5 is currently frozen solid. And the twist here involves Taylor Frankie Paul's domestic violence allegations involving her ex, Dakota Mortensen, and her 2-year-old son, Ever.
We are looking at a scenario where the network's desire for a neat, seasonal narrative arc directly conflicted with a very dark reality.
The detail in these leaks that genuinely dropped my jaw is about the Season 3 reunion.
Oh, the stage fight.
Yes. Dakota and Taylor apparently accused each other of violence on stage. In front of the entire cast. In front of the network producers.
And the network completely cut it from the broadcast.
They cut it. Their reasoning. They claimed it wasn't a, quote, main episode topic.
By cutting that footage, the network attempted to protect the viability of the show.
Sure.
But the cast's reaction reveals the true off-screen economy right now. The rest of the Mormon Wives cast is reportedly livid and refusing to film any further with Taylor.
Yeah, but if you look at the motivations and the sources, it's not driven by a pure, righteous moral stand.
Not at all. It is entirely financial.
Exactly. The cast isn't saying, I refuse to film with you because of your actions. They are saying, I refuse to film with you because if I stand next to you on a step and repeat, my gummy vitamin sponsorship is going to drop me.
Right. They're terrified that the toxicity of the show will destroy the brand deals that actually paid our mortgages.
Which is just so telling about where their priorities are.
It forces us to look at the corporate synergy keeping this entire machine afloat. While the cast mutinies to protect their Instagram ad revenue, Taylor is dodging questions about the Hulu show entirely.
Why?
Because she is pivoting to a different network. She's focusing on her role as the Bachelorette, and season 22 actually premieres tonight, March 22nd.
Wait, tonight?
Yep. The network ecosystem is basically just passing the liability around.
Wow. So let me get this straight. If cable networks and streaming platforms are hitting the pause button, dealing with massive defamation lawsuits, editing out dark reunion footage, and facing casts who refuse to film,
Yeah.
where do these reality queens actually go? Because they certainly aren't going back to regular desk jobs.
No way. They follow that venture capitalist model. They take their pre-built audience and they sell it to the highest bidder in the tech space.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We have a massive reveal today about where that talent is flowing.
Spill it.
There is a huge crossover girls trip style reality show currently filming in a mansion down in the Dominican Republic.
A mansion in the DR.
Yes, and it is entirely bankrolled by Amazon Prime.
Let's look at the customer acquisition strategy here because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Amazon isn't building reality stars from scratch. They don't have time for that. They are simply writing massive checks to rent the audiences that Bravo, E, and ABC spent the last decade building.
Oh, absolutely. Just listen to the roster they've assembled for this Caribbean mansion.
It's insane.
We have Kenya Moore,
Okay.
Margaret Josephs, who literally posted an Instagram story in hair rollers confirming she is on set. Kem Zolciak, Kamar Braxton, Christine Quinn making her pivot away from Netflix,
There you go.
Brittany Cartwright, Caitlin Bristow, Jen Tran, Hilaria Baldwin, and Julie and Savannah Chrisley.
Wow.
I mean, put that exact group of women in one house and just wait for the explosions.
Yeah. This raises an important question about the current media landscape. Bravo has effectively lost its monopoly on the Bravo-celebrity.
Yeah, they really have.
Fans in the comment sections of these leaks are explicitly noting that Bravo's formula has gotten stale and that the network is visibly losing control of its talent.
But wait, let me challenge that for a second. Are we sure these women actually hold the power here? Or is Amazon simply cashing in on a reality TV bubble that's inevitably going to burst once these women don't have a weekly cable show keeping them relevant?
I mean, it's a fair question, but the leverage is very real right now, regardless of how long the bubble lasts.
Okay, give me an example.
Look at Margaret Josephs. Her return to The Real Housewives of New Jersey isn't even confirmed because she flat out refuses to film with castmates she feels don't wish her family well.
Right.
5 years ago, a housewife refusing to film gets fired on the spot.
Absolutely.
Today, Margaret doesn't have to budge because she has an Amazon check waiting for her in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
The tech giants have given these women an alternative revenue stream, which completely destroys the cable network's ultimate threat of unemployment.
It's the ultimate power move.
It really is.
But for the stars who do stay in their home franchises, the actual episodes airing on television are practically secondary to the story.
Yeah, the real action is off-screen.
The real warfare, the actual plot, is being waged on podcasts, social media, and Watch What Happens Live.
The after show has officially cannibalized the main event.
Completely. Let's take a trip down to Charleston to see how this is weaponized. The Southern Charm Season 11 reunion just wrapped, and Whitner Slagsvold has been completely ghosted by Craig Conover.
Over a WWHL comment, right?
Yes. The catalyst was Whitner going on Watch What Happens Live and shading Craig, saying his best fit was as a, quote, personal injury attorney.
Which in the legal world is a highly specific, calculated insult.
Oh, definitely.
But Whitner's overarching PR strategy is what we really need to dissect here.
It's a masterclass in playing both sides. Whitner openly admits to the press that he, quote, deliberately stirred the pot on live television to hold Craig accountable for his poor behavior during the season.
Right.
But in the exact same press interview, Whitner aggressively defends Craig over his messy breakup with Paige DeZorbo.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Whitner points out that Craig is just in the early phases of processing the split. And he even adds that if cameras were on him during a breakup, he'd have someone's, quote, head on a spike.
See, it is dual-track producing.
Dual-tracked.
Yeah. Whitner provides the snappy, viral soundbite on Watch What Happens Live to secure his relevance and get all the fan accounts posting about him. Then he uses the long-form press interview to offer nuance and defend Craig's emotional state, positioning himself as the reasonable, empathetic friend.
He's controlling both narratives.
Exactly. He isn't waiting for a producer to craft his character arc in an editing bay. He's doing it himself in real time across multiple media platforms.
And nobody is dictating their own context better right now than the Vanderpump Rules crew. Specifically, Scheana Shay.
Oh, Scheana is the queen of this.
She is utilizing her own podcast to completely set the record straight on her personal life, bypassing the Bravo editing process entirely.
This is what we call direct-to-consumer PR. And the financial mechanics of this are just brilliant.
Let's look at the financial dynamics she casually dropped on her listeners recently.
Yeah, what did she say?
Scheana confessed on her podcast that she is currently the breadwinner of her family, explicitly stating she is the one paying the mortgage right now.
Oh, wow.
But she immediately defends her husband, Brock Davies, framing him as a, quote, entrepreneur who is working late nights on pitch decks, explaining that income just ebbs and flows.
Do you see the mechanism there?
Yeah, she gets out in front of it.
Exactly. If Scheana lets Bravo film that dynamic, the producers will inevitably edit Brock to look like a deadbeat husband to create tension for the season.
100% they would.
But by dropping the information on her own podcast, Scheana controls the tone, she protects her husband's reputation, and crucially, she keeps all the advertising revenue generated by the revelation.
Right.
She is literally starving the network of an exclusive storyline.
She's totally inoculating him against the audience's criticism before Bravo can even draft the scene on a whiteboard.
Exactly.
And she's dropping all these other relationship updates on her own terms, too. She detailed having a laugh with Stassi Schroeder over some bizarre phone hack that caused fake missed calls between them.
Oh, I saw that.
She publicly stated her hope that Ariana Madix might let her back into her life one day, and she confirmed a massive regret, admitting she wasn't Team Katie during Katie's split from Tom Schwartz, calling Katie the definition of a ride-or-die friend.
Right. And while all those relationship updates are super engaging for the fans, the most critical piece of business intel Scheana shared was her stance on the Rewatch podcast format.
Oh, this is fascinating.
It really was.
Scheana revealed she was formally approached to do a Vanderpump Rules Rewatch podcast, but she flat out refuses to sit down and watch her old relationships play out.
She won't do it.
She said if she ever agreed to do one, she would start at season 11. She absolutely will not go backwards.
And that refusal right there ties everything we've analyzed today together.
How so?
These stars are actively curating their own history. They have finally realized that the most valuable asset they possess is their narrative.
Right.
Scheana does not want to sit in a sound booth and validate the network's highly edited version of her 20-something mistakes. She wants to control a microphone today.
Yeah.
She wants to contextualize her life on a platform where she holds the equity, she reads the ad reads, and she controls the final cut.
Wow. So what does this all mean if we pull back and look at the whole messy, highly lucrative picture?
It's a totally different ballgame.
The real survival game in unscripted television today is not about surviving a cast trip to Mexico or a screaming match at a dinner party.
No, not anymore.
It is entirely about surviving the defamation lawsuits, dodging the brand deal drop-offs when your castmates become radioactive, and navigating the podcast warfare where your friends are your biggest PR rivals.
And for you listening, it's really worth remembering that the workplace politics of reality TV aren't actually so alien from the regular corporate world.
Very true.
You have intense power struggles, fierce contract negotiations, and constant reputational management. The only difference is, in their world, they are leveraging Amazon against cable networks, the contracts have a lot more zeros, and the professional humiliation is broadcast globally.
Which leaves you with this one lingering question to mull over today.
Let's hear it.
If reality stars are now highly managed corporate brands, if they are terrified of losing their gummy vitamin sponsorships, demanding paid luxury housing from Netflix, refusing to film with rivals, and curating their entire lives through direct-to-consumer podcasts, are we actually witnessing the slow, glamorous death of real, unscripted television? Because if everyone is producing themselves, nobody is ever just flipping the table anymore. Stay curious, keep your receipts, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.